Hi guys, good afternoon. My name is Jeremy, and for today's video, I'm going to be telling you a little bit about my life because I'm going to be sharing with you how I met my Japanese husband and how I moved to Japan. So I want to start by telling the story in 2018. In 2018, I went back to the Philippines from Thailand because I lived in Thailand for 3 years and a half. I taught English there. And in 2018, I felt like it was time to go back home to the Philippines. So I did that, and that was around the time when I met my Japanese husband now. In 2018, I started working as an English online teacher in Cebu, and I was teaching Japanese students, Korean students, and Taiwanese students. And that was how I met my husband. I cannot tell you guys what ESL company was that, but that's where I met my husband, and I'm partly thankful for them. So he was my student, and one thing that I noticed with him was he would book my lesson like almost every night at the same time. So I started noticing him, and I was like, oh, this student again, booking my lesson tonight. And yes, I had that feeling too, and I would always look forward to our lesson because he was a very friendly person. He was really nice to talk to. He was very kind, and I'm like, yeah, why not? I like getting students like that. And so we developed a friendship. We talked about a lot of things. I enjoyed talking to him. I enjoyed having him in my lessons. But that time, I just got out from a really bad relationship that I'm so happy I got out of now. But I told him at that time that I wasn't ready to be in a relationship yet. So he respected that, but he said, that's fine. We can be, we can start being friends. So that's what happened. So yeah, we started being friends, but we started talking to each other. I got to know him, he got to know me. And we started talking around, I think, June of 2018. And then after 3 months of talking, I think, so he told me that he wanted to come to Cebu to see me as friends. And I'm like, okay, but yeah, that's great. I mean, sure, you can come and you can visit me and we can hang out and we can get to know each other more as friends. So in October of 2019, he flew to the Philippines, he flew to Cebu, and we decided to see each other. And at first, the first time I saw him, I was very happy because, oh my God, he was there. Because before that, I could only see him online. And I was like, oh my God, it's him. And I can't believe he's here. And he's here for me. And so he was very happy too. We had lunch together and we enjoyed just talking and just asking questions about each other. And I'm like, oh my God, he's so nice. He's such a gentleman. After lunch, he invited me to visit some sightseeing spots around Cebu with him. And I was like, okay, we can do that. We can visit here and there. So we had an itinerary. We had a plan. And I think we spent three days together, and I really enjoyed, and I could tell that he really enjoyed too. And by the time he had to go to the airport because he had to come back here in Japan, so he was very sad. And I was sad too, and I sent him in the airport and we talked a little bit before his flight. So he said, I'm very sad, I don't want to leave you, I want to bring you to Japan right now if I could. I really enjoyed my time with you, and when I get back to Japan, I want to talk to you every night and every day, and I want to come back here again and see you. And he was almost like crying, and I was crying too. Talking about this is very nostalgic, you guys. It brings a lot of memories. Very, very happy memories though. And so we did that. We talked every night, and that that's when we decided that, we wanted to move the relationship forward. And we decided that it is time for me to come visit Japan because I've never been to Japan in the past. So I did that, and we processed the papers for me to come to Japan. It was very easy to get a tourist visa to come to Japan because I was sponsored by him. So if you guys want me to make another video, what are the things or what are the documents that you need to get a tourist visa if you have a Japanese sponsor, please comment them down below and I'd be glad to make another video about that. But anyway, so we did all the paperwork and etc. And in February of 2019 I flew to Japan. So it was my first visit to Japan. I can't really remember how long I stayed here in 2019 of February, but I think it was 12 days. I can't really remember, 12 days or 11 days. And he took me everywhere. We went snowboarding because of course it was winter time. February is winter time, and it was my first time snowboarding, and it was very, very cold. Actually, right when I stepped out of the airport, it was like, oh, I was like, I am freezing cold. Why didn't he tell me that Japan is very cold? But anyway, he took me everywhere. We went to Nikko, we went to Nagano, we went to Yokohama in Minato-Mirai in Chinatown, and he took me to all the places that he could think of. And I had a great time with him. So we went to so many places. We had such a fabulous time together. We really enjoyed each other's company. And by the time that I had to come home to the Philippines, so he took me to the airport, and before I left, he really hugged me so tight and he told me, I will go and visit you in Cebu again. And we were both crying. We were actually both crying in the airport because he didn't want me to leave, and also I didn't want to leave him. So sorry guys, I'm kind of crying right now because that was a very emotional time for me and for him. And okay, so I went back to Cebu and we continued talking together. Before he came to visit me, I was already feeling a little bit nervous because of course he would talk every day, and then he was already asking questions that led me to think that he would do something. So I started getting really nervous before he came to visit me again in 2019 because I think he would do something that I knew back then that would change my life forever. So he visited me again in I think May or June of 2019, and yes, before he left for Japan, he proposed. So it was a very romantic time. He looked really, really serious, and he came up to me and he said, I have something very important to ask you. And I said, oh, at that time I already know what he was going to ask, of course. I already knew. And I was like, okay. And then he said, I really want to marry you. Will you be my wife? And it was just like a mix of emotions. Like I didn't know what to say. I didn't know what to feel or how to feel. And I was like, yes, yes, and yes. That was how he proposed, and we hugged each other after that, and he gave me the engagement ring, and I was very happy. But then I had to send him to the airport on that same day. We were crying again at the airport because he just wanted to take me back to Japan that time. But after that, he came back here in Japan. He started working on the paperwork because he wanted me to visit Japan again. We did the paperwork again, we did the tourist visa again, and I got 3 months. So I visited Japan again in September of 2019, and I was supposed to stay here for 3 months. That was the visa. But we decided to get married here in Japan. So we did the paperwork. We didn't think it was possible to get married here in Japan. I stayed here for a month first before we filed for the spouse visa. So we got married here. So we got married a month after I got here. So that was like October of 2019. We had a very small celebration. We had our prenup photos taken. And yeah, we were married that time. And we were very happy because it was approved. Because I thought I had to go back to the Philippines before we could get married. And he had to go to the Philippines and do all that stuff. But it was approved. So I was very happy. He was very happy. So I didn't need to go home to the Philippines. So that was October of 2019. And then come December 2019, the coronavirus happened and started in China. But then we were so glad because we were able to do our honeymoon. So we went to Indonesia in Bali. It was very beautiful. We also went to Malaysia in Kuala Lumpur because I've always wanted to go to Malaysia because I've never been there before. And we also went to Singapore. We had a lot of fun together. So we were very lucky, you guys, because by the time we got back to Japan, because that was February of 2019, by the time we got back to Japan, the Japanese government just announced the state of emergency and the lockdown, and I couldn't actually work for 3 months because our office was closed. So we were like, oh my God, thank you so much, because we were able to do the honeymoon before all the coronavirus thing happened. And I am very glad to announce that by the time I am recording this video, I am pregnant. So we are very happy. We are very happy because we've been trying for 1 year and 5 months, and now finally I am 14 weeks pregnant. So we are like at the top of the world these days, and he is very happy. He's smiling every day, and so am I. I'm really enjoying this pregnancy. I'm very happy, and I think I'm really, really lucky. Having found a man that is your soulmate, that will be your lifetime partner, and he is everything that I could ask for a husband. Very responsible, very reliable, very family oriented. He's always there for me. He's always there to listen to everything. He's practically my best friend. And now we cannot wait to start our little family together. And I hope that the coronavirus thing all the restrictions will ease up, because we cannot wait to go home to the Philippines with our little one. So anyway, you guys, I'm gonna stop here for now. I think I've talked a lot, and if you guys have any questions, please feel free to write them down below. I will try my very best to answer all of them. And I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you like this video, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye bye. See you.